the level of drywall prep that has been done. The seams are sealed and taped, obviously. You wouldn't actually need the screw holes filled in. You could save time and money by not doing that. The plaster would fill it in just fine. Molly is spritzing the wall a little bit evenly with fine mist of water, and this helps the plaster to dry at a slower rate so you have more time to work it. We applied a thin adhesion coat to the sheetrock earlier. It took a few hours to dry, and it's a thin mixture of wood glue, water, and the same sand that I used in the plaster. If you were using silica sand, you would want to use the same, at least of the smallest grit. It's very hard to see, but you can see that there's a little yellowish tint. We rolled that on with a roller and then brushed the top, like brush where we would cut in as if we were painting. So Molly has applied a pretty thin coat, and she's just smoothing it out a little bit, and she'll probably leave it for a couple minutes and then come back to it when it's a little bit more dry and it's easier to smooth out at that point in time. She's using a Japanese trowel, a fairly stiff one that was purchased through Satomi Lander. So Kluani is zooming in on a little bit of cracking we had happen yesterday. Not really sure why it cracked there, but I'm not worried about it. I just have a damp sponge, and I'm simply going to fill the cracks in. You can kind of see that it's roughening it up and bringing some aggregate to the surface. Now I'm just going to take the trowel, smooth it out a little bit. I could add a little plaster there if I wanted to, but that's pretty fixed. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean. I have a pencil, and I'm just going to write on the wall. Again, I have a sponge that's damp. And just wipe it over it once with a trowel, and that's done. Molly and Dan have been plastering for literally 2 to 3 days now, and before that they had never done it in their lives. So don't be intimidated by it. Okay, jumping to a few hours later. We are almost done with this really huge wall. I'm going to zoom out so you can see all of it. You can see most of it. You can see it drying a little on top, and some finished product. It's dark in here, and I'm using my iPhone. You can see there's no trim or flooring in it yet. With most plasters, you have to do those things first, but this is so thin that it's perfectly okay to install them later.